I'm Natalie, spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher. And today we are going to be doing our fun and powerful, longest running weekly live series. For 3.5 years, I have been coming to you at this time of day for me. Every weekend. And loving this time together. Thank you all for joining, whether it's your first time or your 100th. If you are new, please give me a follow if you would like. Give a donation as well if that calls to you. You can follow me here, Facebook, Instagram. This live stream will be uploaded as a video on my YouTube channel, so follow me there. You can catch all my replays, as well as I do have some other content and guided meditations and talks and things, as well as, of course, here an Insight Timer. I have free and premium meditation tracks you can listen to. Many birds here. So, what we will be doing today is a deep dive collective card reading. I love pulling out all my decks and letting spirit flow. Definite messages always come through that are powerful, impactful, and relevant for those in the audience. So take what you like and leave the rest. And if you want a one-on-one reading personal to you, you can reach out here or, wherever you are connected with me. As well as you can check any of my offerings. Hello, Barb. And then we will finish with Reiki and Ancestral Clearing. Yeah, some of you in winter weather. I am in central Mexico. It's our winter here, and it's a wonderful, wonderful winter because it's very, it's hot, but it's, a little chilly in the mornings. So, yeah. Welcome, Ginder, is it, from London? Hello, Mandy. So we will start with one of my favorite spiritual teachers and bring in some words of wisdom from him. And if you know me, you know who I'm going to say, Michael Singer, the best-selling author of The Untethered Soul. My cards are on this small table behind me. So, we just had a live stream with listening to a Michael Singer talk. And so right now I do live stream series here in Insight Timer. And of course we have this one, and then we're doing Michael Singer, and we're doing The Way of the Heart, which is from the Way of Mastery teachings, which are grounded in A Course in Miracles. So stay tuned for that. If you subscribe, you'll see my future live streams. So these are Untethered Soul cards, and they have quotes from the book. This is from Awakening Consciousness. Oh my gosh. It's the same card that we had already the last time I drew these cards, of course. You saw how much I shuffled these. Can't make this shit up. So, if you were here for the Michael Singer Live a few days ago, this was the message. This also came from a spiritual life coaching session with a client, so this would definitely be very relevant for them. I just love it. Out of all of those cards, what is the scientific mathematical probability that this same card would be drawn? So, and if you're hearing it for the first time, take this in. You think the solution to your inner problems is in the world outside, but nobody has ever truly become okay by changing things outside. There's always the next problem. So you think your problem is because of your spouse, your job, your bank account, your children, your family, your issues, the world, the government, all of those things. And how many of you have had a solution or a shift in those things outside and it didn't solve your problem, because then there was a next problem that took its place. And if you haven't become aware of that dynamic, this is your invitation. Whatever problem your mind is latched onto at this point in time, just pay attention. When it shifts, another problem will take its place. Or if you can think back to examples in your life where you remember being like, oh gosh, if only everything would be better. And then the thing happened. And yeah, maybe it shifted things, but then another problem just came up. So it's about shifting that whole paradigm of relating to the world, which I talked about the other day. So a very powerful theme that is pointing you towards freedom from suffering in the biggest sense. And it's yeah, it doesn't mean we tolerate behavior, all that stuff. It doesn't mean you don't take actions. It just means you interface differently. You don't put all your eggs in the basket of falling in the trap of this is going to solve all my problems. Great question. I mean, what do you think? Or if anyone has any questions or answers, how can we rephrase next problem in our heads? You notice that system happening. It's the default system of being human. So you wake up in the system when you notice, there's that pattern again. There's the pattern. So yeah, great ideas to say, not next problem, but reframing the way you think about the problem, next adventure, next lesson, yes. And I'd like to take it, invite you all to take it a step further, which is what Michael Singer does in his teachings, of completely letting go of the outside world, of the expectation that the outside world can solve any of your problems. So it's like thinking of it as a problem, one level, thinking of it as an opportunity, a lesson, an adventure, that's a step. The ultimate level is letting go of the whole idea that anything in the outside world will give you a solution to an inner problem. So start noticing that pattern, and then you start noticing, there's that pattern. Okay, isn't that interesting? I'm feeling suffering inside. I'm feeling pain. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling whatever. It's not about, feelings are feelings. They're not good or bad, right or wrong. They just are. So we want to be compassionate and understanding about our feelings. And then, look at that pattern. The mind thinks, if this would happen or stop happening, then I'll be happy. That's that old pattern. I see you, and it's okay. And what I'm seeking is a relief. We want a solution to a problem so we can feel different inside. So we get to give ourselves the peace, the relaxing, the releasing, the accepting, the surrender, the allowing, as all this stuff Singer talks about, to come to peace within our heart in every moment, regardless of the outside world. And we do our best with that. And we just start practicing. We might go right back to wanting to fix the problem, but this is how we shift. Yeah, this is what's next. Friendly pause, I get it, and you're not alone in that. My sense is there's a step that can be added, which is validating emotions. Not jumping into, the solution or the noticing the paradigm or the pattern, but slowing down first and acknowledging your own suffering, acknowledging your whatever's here, and really sitting with that and really getting that. Yeah, I totally get, you're so hurt right now. It's totally fine. Whatever words you are true for you about working with yourself and having self-compassion. And then once you work with that just a bit, you'll notice a relaxation, an opening energetically. And then you can bring in the reframe. But if you go straight to the reframe without validating yourself and your emotions first, it's not gonna be as effective, because we didn't give ourselves that compassion, that acceptance, and that self-love first. It's like we went straight to fix it, and we don't want to fix it. We want to accept and have even this 1% shift occur, and then, okay, that's right. I get to look within. It's okay. I want to look to the outside world for solutions. It's common. It's what our minds do. Ooh, beautiful, Patty. And yes, that realization we are all source, if that resonates. That's my belief. Beautiful. So we'll pull advice from Work Your Light Oracle deck. And see so it's like these layers of the message as it unfolds. So the card is Pillar of Light. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So I would say how this fits in with what we're talking about is this is how you raise your vibration. Because when we are in these dynamics of, evolution of ourself and our soul and all of that, we come up against these old patterns that we're moving through and recognizing, the first steps of the awareness. What happens when we're on this path is that, we can weaponize these beliefs against ourselves once we see the patterns that can occur. Like, oh, well, you should know better. Like with this beautiful awareness, and this is what I work with in my life coaching with all my clients, really. Is like, oh, wow, this piece that we're working with right here, like this will change your life, what we've uncovered today, if you live it and you practice it. But what can happen is then there's an expectation, and then there's pressure, and then we beat ourselves up if we, the mind says we're not doing it right or good enough or fast enough, or, so we really get to be gentle. And with that awareness, okay, I'm learning, this is new, and really just slow down and be with ourselves. Beautiful, Susan. Yes, that idea of, here is what's next. Here's what's in front of me in this moment. I mean, I was just listening to The Way of the Heart before this session, and it said something like, if you are ever going to reach heaven, in the words and language it uses, it talks about heaven. We could say awakening, whatever. Like it said, you get to, or you've got to learn to be with every moment without resistance and letting it move through you. And I'm like, here it is again, the same damn message said a million times, a million ways. It's always about this present moment, which, is mindfulness. And then it's like our minds conceptualize all that. Oh, I know mindfulness. I know we need to be present. But really, like, in the moment, every moment, and all the teachers talk about that. It's a moment by moment awareness. I mean, Singer is very clear. He says the requirement for awakening and self-realization is like the commitment to full and total presence in every single moment. And that's a big, tall order. And my mind's like, oh, I ain't doing that, or I can't do that. It's discipline. And I agree. I mean, I agree. And maybe I haven't suffered enough. Yeah, so friendly pause. I'm so glad you're saying this. You're not trying to find excuses, but unlearning trauma responses is challenging. So this right here is exactly what I'm saying about where to practice. So I'm so glad you're speaking up and bringing this in. Before you jump to unlearning the lifetime of unraveling, whenever you notice in the moment, the trigger, the response, and then, oh, I need to unlearn this. I need to not be, triggered or whatever. There's a resistance, or there could be like a judgment there. It's challenging. It's hard. Slow down. Yeah, this is hard. This is challenging. It totally makes sense that after a lifetime of events and occurrences that you would feel this way. Like, talk to yourself in that way. And you don't, like, there's a balance. You don't want to go into self-pity and victimization and overwhelm and, oh God, like, you want to be balanced of having that compassion. Yeah, I get it. It's okay. However you feel, I'm here. You are the loving parent and the loving witness. That's the reparenting. Yeah, it's challenging. I'm here for you to feel it as long as it takes. And then just sit with that. And then just notice, it might be a 1% shift of like relaxation or openness, or like an exhale. Yeah, it's challenging. So even that right there, doing that is unlearning the lifetime. Because, I'd say 90 something percent of everybody here and everybody on the planet did not get that loving parent. So we don't know how to do it. So we get to learn here and now in those moments. It's not wrong that we're challenged and triggered. That's the old pattern. It's the unhealed part. It's coming up for healing. You get to be the witness and the loving presence to heal that by letting it be okay right now in this moment. So this is you raising your vibration. So look at this being here, in this pillar of light. And what happens when you are with yourself in this way, you start to empower yourself, have sovereignty, being self-sovereign. You start to trust yourself. You start to become a safe and peaceful home for yourself. And then it says you are the oracle. Then you start, I want to say, like, believing in yourself. You'll be able to, it's raising your vibration so that you can trust your inner guidance and your inner wisdom. Because when we grow up with less than loving or aware caregivers, what happens when we're kids is, the kid does something or has an emotion, the unhealed caregiver, the unaware parent, then is like, stop crying. You shouldn't be so upset because you skinned your knee, So that's how we learn to be with our own self and our own emotions. So we don't want to gaslight ourselves. And it's just a wiring. It's how most of us were wired. We jump straight into, your feelings aren't valid. It's not okay. You just need to buck up, and it shouldn't bother you this much. You shouldn't be so upset. You shouldn't be so triggered. So this is a deep unlearning. And then when you stop constantly gaslighting yourself, wow, how interesting. You begin to trust your inner guidance and inner wisdom. So if this is resonating with anyone and you want guidance on this, reach out, because these patterns take time to unlearn and even see. So this is what, I do with people, is we shine lights on these patterns and we dive into these challenges and we shift these mindsets and we hold space and compassion and, redirection. It's like, you've all probably heard, the analogy of an airplane flying. It's like it's constantly correcting course. It's not just setting the course and set it and forget it. No, it's like the pilot or whatever, the computer system is like micro redirections every second that keep it going towards the destination. That's what we're doing, and that's why this awareness, like I'm saying, requires a moment by moment consciousness and commitment to staying conscious, so that we're constantly course correcting, so that we don't go back to our default reality. We create a new reality. Great. Awesome, Maria. Hello, Madeline. I saw Jessica and Jennifer joining in. So let's get some more clarification with Lightseers. So yeah, even if you think about a pilot piloting a plane, it's not arguing with the reality of like, why is this plane continuing to go off track? Why is it wanting to go over here? There's no judgment about what it's doing. It's just like an observing. Oh, it went off 1 degree. Let me move it back. It's doing it as a witness, as an observer, knowing that's what's going to occur. There's no judgment. It's just, that's the job. So our, quote, job as the witness is to be that neutral observer and just course correct and be present. If the pilot goes to sleep and there's nobody else, well, that plane is going to go off track and then it won't be good. So let's get some more. There's a card. Popped out. 10 of Wands. So anybody else have baggage? And you're unpacking the baggage, and you are not letting the baggage define you or make your decisions for you mindlessly anymore. And so it's actually like you're taking action. Like this person's on a trip. They're on a journey. So this is you. You had to pack up all that stuff and get moving, and you've already come a long way. And it can still feel heavy sometimes. So some of you are feeling that burden and that heaviness, and that's okay. And look, you've got support. You've got this ox. You've got, bags in a suitcase. And it might feel intense right now. I want to see what the affirmation for this card is. As y'all know, the Lightseers has wonderful descriptions and affirmations. Okay. So the affirmation is, I release my burdens to the ethers, and I trust the universe to help tend to the essentials. I release my burdens to the ethers, and I trust the universe to help tend to the essentials. So don't get too wrapped up in like day to day, like really focus on being in like self-care and, get help, surrender. Let's see what else we have to clarify. Temperance. We got this card, I think, last week. So this is about really being balanced. And I feel like too, this is you, and you getting to be that sovereign, loving, empowered presence, and also like the loving parent to this part that's in this journey. Like this, it could be looked at as your higher self, or your witness consciousness. And literally, like, it's an angel. I forgot which one, but I read this description last week. So it's about kind of zooming out, being that witness. And remembering balance. Like the balance of even, this is cool. So we've got, you being this pillar in this pillar of light, and then we've got, this, they both have like this circle of light in the 8th chakra or above. So you tuning into source, you grounding into that, you grounding into your higher self, so that you can hold space, be in balance. Self-care is going to be really big this week as you're moving through this. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. There's a lot of lessons for you all in temperance. So you can look up that card, the traditional tarot, the traditional meanings of it, the Lightseers meanings. Yeah, I need to shuffle. Eight of Wands. So when you work with the energies in this way, where you're like holding space for the wounded part, the inner wounded child, whatever, like the unhealed parts, as you focus on like all the dynamics we talked about earlier about how to work with it. Same time, remembering your sovereignty, remembering your connection, remembering balance, care. This is going to create a very swift shift. Things will move quickly. You'll feel like you're in an airplane rather than slogging like that. So, and I say this often in my coaching and here probably as well, we don't want to do this work like in the moment of, I'm suffering, I'm triggered, whatever, I'm upset. Oh, let me do those practices so I can hurry up and get rid of these feelings. We want to be really mindful about not doing that, because that's conditional and it will not be as effective. So we really just do this to do it because it's what's in front of us and it's our practice and it's our transformation. So when we just do it to do it unconditionally in every moment to the best of our ability, that actually will, as a side effect, create very swift changes, both inner and then outer. Then it's interesting. Once you let go of the outer world, once you let go of needing things to be different or, resisting your suffering, then magically it happens on its own. I'm going to look up the Lightseers 8 of Wands message. I've never seen this. I've never looked up this affirmation before. It says, "It's go time. Zoom. I fall into the flow of this quickening." So what I just was saying, it's basically you are with yourself. You're doing this practice just to do it because it's your path on your journey. And then it's a flow. Then it shifts. It's go time, zoom, I fall into the flow of this quickening. Then you just surrender to that. So the meanings of this card are speed, velocity, travel, making split decisions, and upcoming positive resolution, haste, and good news. So, you feel like this right now, and like this is the bridge for you to, get into the shift of the energy. And then you rise. So, beautiful, powerful message as always. We're all just doing our best here. So really just be gentle, let yourself off the hook. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. As I said, this awakening is, a balance of not putting so much pressure on yourself or expectation, and also not collapsing into victim, but to be that loving, powerful presence for yourself, and that parent you never received or had. So we're going to go into the Reiki and Ancestral Clearing now. If you haven't already, give me a follow here in Insight Timer, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to revisit this session or this message, this will be on my YouTube in the next few days. Give a donation if you'd like. Check my website, reach out if you feel the heart call. Anybody have any questions or about the Reiki and clearing we're about to do? Okay, then we'll go ahead and get into it. Oh, hi Brianna. Yeah, so the very first card is a Michael Singer quote, and we dove into that. You think the solution to your inner problems is in the world outside, but nobody has ever truly become okay by changing things outside. There's always the next problem. And then we had Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. And then we had the clarification of the Ten of Wands, Temperance, and Eight of Wands. Okay. So I invite you all to come into closed eyes. Adjust the body as needed. And just relax. I will activate the Reiki. Dr. Usui, Madam Takata, all the Reiki Grandmasters, beings responsible for bringing Reiki into this world. Calling in all of our spiritual teams. Beings of highest light and love to surround us. Daikomyo, Daikomyo, Daikomyo. Calling in the Reiki Master symbol. And just be open to receive. Your higher self draws in the energy. And it will flow exactly where it's needed for your best and highest good. So just totally surrender and allow. And really relax the body. Nothing to do and nowhere to go right now, here in this moment. Just let go. Just be with whatever's here. And softening the heart. And what that means is just relaxing where you imagine the heart is, just relaxing around the edges. And breathing in to the heart, breathing out. And just be with whatever's here. If you notice the mind wandering, if you notice thoughts and stories, here is the invitation right here and right now. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever the thoughts are, whatever the energies or emotions are, totally makes sense it would be coming up. You get to hold space for yourself. For anyone here that is having challenging emotions, thoughts, energies, you can repeat the wonderful phrases from Thich Nhat Hanh that I've shared with you before. Welcome my fear, welcome my sadness, welcome my anger, welcome my hurt, welcome my hopelessness, welcome my despair. Whatever may be unpleasant or anything you're resisting, just welcome it. Welcome my grief, my longing. I will take good care of you. I will take good care of you. These two phrases are going to be very powerful and transformative for you. I will take good care of you, my fear, my anger, my loneliness. I will take good care of you. No one else but you can do this for yourself. You are the one you've been waiting for. It's time for some of you to release the idea that someone else is going to come and fix you or save you. It's time for some of you to release the idea that your parent or your primary caregivers are going to come and rescue you or change or fix you or save you. That you are the one you've been waiting for. And so releasing whoever that might be for you, that they need to show up in a certain way, or show up at all, or change, or be different in order for you to move on or you to feel okay, because you are the one you've been waiting for. I'll now speak an ancestral clearing prayer out loud, so take this in. Infinite Creator, Source of all that is, we love you. Thank you for loving us. We humbly ask that you open, bless, expand, lead, guide, and direct us into your perfect light, love, and life in all ways, completely, now and forever, please and thank you. For everyone hearing this message now, all of our family members, all of our relationships, all of our ancestors and all of their relationships, through all relevant time, space, and dimension. For all hurts, wrongs, judgments, and burdens, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, and financial, through thought, word, or deed. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us, completely and totally, please and thank you. For all suicide, incest, murder, rape, abortion, infidelity, and miscarriage, through thought, word, or deed, please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us, completely and totally, please and thank you. For all times we abandoned or were abandoned, withheld love or had love withheld, weren't nurtured, loved, supported, and cherished, and times we didn't nurture, love, support, or cherish others. For all times we felt we weren't enough, tried to earn or learn our value in family relationships and life. For all empathetic hurts and wrongs, and all that we made it mean about ourselves, life, love, and family. For all let down in our lives and lineages. For the times we turned our back on the Creator God in all name and form. Help us forgive all people forgive us. Help us all forgive ourselves, please and thank you. Infinite Creator, for the highest good, please lift out all weight, pain, burden, sin, death, debt, negativity, spells, hexes, curses, black magic, white magic, guilt, fear, shame, unworthiness, and limitation of all kind. Transform it into your love and let your love flow back in and through us, filling and giving us all complete peace now and forever. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Please help us love and bless each other, love and bless ourselves. Be at peace with each other and at peace with ourselves, please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Breathe deeply. Allowing this powerful Reiki energy healing and ancestral clearing to heal and clear whatever is ready for you specifically. So I am going to play a recording, hopefully. So just stay in the space that you're in.
Close your eyes.
Okay. So this is a 7-minute recording of an old Oprah episode with John Bradshaw about healing childhood wounds. So this came in as I was doing the Reiki and clearing very clearly for you all. So this is very powerful. And, please let this in, take this in. If you're comfortable, it's a deep inner child visualization that's very healing. So I'm going to play it right now. Hopefully.
And just let yourself go back to the first memories. It may be an apartment, a farmhouse, whatever. It may be an orphanage. It may be wherever you lived. The first memory that comes to you of being a child. And just imagine that the grown-up you was standing there looking at that place. And that you could somehow see inside of that house. See your mom. What's she doing? If you had a mom. See your dad if he's there. Brothers or sisters if you had any. And then just imagine you could see a little child you once were. Really take a look at them. What are they wearing? Look at their hair. Their face and their eyes. Tell them I'm the one that wrote you the letter. And I've come to get you. I want you to come home with me. I know better than anybody what you've been through. And I love you just the way you are. And I want to be your champion. I want you to come and live with me. I want to be your champion. And if you're willing, pack up a little bag and bring your favorite toy. If you have a puppy or a kitty cat, you bring that too. And if it scares you to leave with me, then you can stay here. I'll come and visit you. But if you're willing to leave, go get your little bag packed. And when they come out with their little bag, take them by the hand. You may have to hold the child for this. Because I want you to see your mom and dad and whole family out on the porch or out in front of the wherever. And you hold the child and have the child tell your mom and dad, I have to leave now. I have to leave now. I have to have a life of my own. I know that you did the best you could or you were sick, but I've got to get out of here now. So take the child by the hand and start walking away from that house. And you may feel like running back, but don't do it. Hold the child real tight. Keep walking. Keep walking away from there. And just keep looking at them and waving goodbye. You have to leave that home. You can't have a life of your own until you do. So keep walking because you're coming to a turn in the road. You're coming to a bend, and you're going to have to make that turn. You're going to have to make that turn. So keep walking and looking back. They're getting smaller and smaller now. They're getting smaller and smaller. Now make the turn. Make the turn, and they're gone. And look straight ahead and see somebody that loves you out there calling to you. Come on. Come on, we're waiting for you. They're calling to you. Come on. If you have a higher power, see them out there calling to you. Your higher power's calling to you. If you have a group you're in, see them calling to you. All the people you love, see them calling to you, waiting for you. Hold that little child in your arms and tell them, we're going to make it. Hey, we're going to make it. I'm here for you now. I'm your champion. We have this new family of affiliation. We have a higher power. And show them your child. Show them how beautiful your child is. Let them love that little precious child that was in you. And just feel all those people there, that you have support. You have a power greater than your parents. And you have you. And then just be alone with the child now. Just say goodbye to everybody and just be alone. And look at the child. Just look at your little child. Tell them, welcome to the world. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're a girl. So glad you're a boy. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be happy and have fun and play. We're going to have a lot of fun together. I'm going to see to it that we have fun together. And I love you just the way you are. I love you just the way you are. And just imagine you could take the child and put him in your heart. Just imagine that you could put the child in your heart so that they're as close to you as the air you breathe. So that when you breathe in and out, you feel that little child there. You feel your feelings. You feel your needs. You feel your wants. And it's all there right in your heart. It's all there. And you're connected. This is a homecoming. Some of us felt homesick at home. Some of us have never had a home. We never had a home. There was never a safe place, a haven where we could be who we were without being shamed and hurt. So feel that child, and you're going to remember this child in the weeks and the months to come. You're not going to forget this child. This child's right there in your heart. So just take a nice deep breath now. Take another deep breath. Feel the chair you're sitting in, your clothes on your body, and just very slowly open your eyes now. Very slowly open your eyes. Now.
With your eyes open, feel into your heart and feel into your child in your heart. The wonder child, not the wounded child. And this is very, very powerful because it releases that energy and idea that somebody or something is going to come and save us, or that somebody from the past is going to be different or change. And that we are the one we've been waiting for. Hi, Cynthia. So if you missed it earlier, what I said, it's John Bradshaw. That's a clip from an old Oprah. If you want that clip, send me a private message. I'll send the link. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for the donation. It's a very powerful visualization. He has a book called Homecoming, and that is a snapshot into that. It's very profound, it's very powerful, deep. And healing. So thank you all for joining. I've heard that before and I still had more tears and emotion. So don't forget to follow me here, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, check my website. If you want to revisit this, this will be a YouTube video up in the next few days. Thank you all for joining. Stay tuned for more scheduled live streams. Thank you. You're welcome, Jackie. Thank you. Yeah. Hi, Catherine. I live in Mexico right now. You're welcome, Joanne. So grateful for all of you. Grateful for my life and yeah, the privilege that it is to be able to be here with you and do what I do. Yeah, I'm up on a roof, obviously, and I can see the biggest lake from Mexico that's about a 30-second walk from my house. So there's lots of nature and birds. So I will see you all next time, and again, stay tuned for live streams being scheduled here. If you want support and going deeper into everything that's come up today, this is, how I help people one-on-one, is doing this, all of the topics, all of the things we've gone into. It's the deepest work we can do. So reach out if you want to talk about that possibility of working together. And regardless, I'm glad you're all here in whatever capacity, even if you've been coming for years and you've never said a word. Welcome. And I will see you all soon. Thank you, Joan. Thank you. Thank you all. Madeline. Cynthia. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening. Namaste, and much love.